Hey everybody, Kara Castronova here outside the White House in Washington, D.C. We're going to take a little walk. Obviously, we come out every day to talk to regular people, citizens, non-citizens outside the White House, a lot of tourists generally. It's always interesting to hear what their thoughts are in America. Every time I travel internationally, like for example, England, Italy, wherever, I was always curious to ask people what they thought of the United States, the president, the politics going on here. It feels like the United States is almost a reality show in the sense that everybody's watching and paying attention. Nobody cares about the King and Queen of England anymore. They're old news. The new royal family is pretty much the Trump and the Trump family and everything that's going on here in the United States. People are so up to speed when it comes to, I guess, the politics and the gossip and everything that's going on here at the White House in Washington, D.C. with the Congress. There's people I talk to from England and from other places that even know who people like Nancy Pelosi are and Chuck Schumer and all of Trump's perceived enemies. It's like this big WWF reality style show here in Washington, D.C. Like I said, I talk to people out here from Argentina, from Russia, from everywhere, and everybody knows what's going on, and everybody's curious and has an opinion. So I don't think people are watching reality TV anymore. I think people are paying attention to what's going on here in Washington, D.C., more so even in their own countries sometimes. People seem to also take interest a lot in the tariffs and how that's going to affect their country, but more so just the larger than life personality of President Trump and a lot of people in his cabinet. It's a real cast of great characters, in my opinion. Robert Kennedy Jr., J.D. Vance, Pete Hegseth, Tulsi Gabbard. Wish Elon Musk would come back because he really completed the cast, and I'm hoping in the next year or two he comes back to the White House because it really was a lot of fun seeing him here. But there's just always fun things going on here. I remember when I went to England a couple years, no, this is now going back a decade, and always like to hear everybody there had, surprise, surprise, a very favorable opinion of Obama, the former president, because the mainstream media just treated him like he was some sort of darling. And obviously, BBC and all of these foreign press would just really just bow down to Obama. So everybody was like, you're so lucky that you have such a cool president like Barack Obama. And I was like, really? You guys like him? It was really weird. Now I find that, believe it or not, a lot of people feel the same way about President Trump, despite how hard the mainstream media, national and international, like the BBC, tries to degrade his image. But really, a lot of people do find President Trump to be an intriguing character. They do see through the fake news, but there are people, of course, that are maybe not so bright and they're not so perceptive to realize the fake news is lying to them and they think Trump is a fascist. So, of course, you have those psycho types when you talk to people from overseas. But most people do like President Trump, and if they don't say so publicly because they might be afraid, I could tell that they do, and they'll just say no comment. Let's see who's out here today. Well, all right, there's a random protester. Maybe we'll talk to him. Why not? He's holding a sign. He's starving for attention here. He looks like he's anti-MAGA from what I see, along with this human person taking a picture of his sign. Welcome to MAGA America, wisdom and honesty prohibited. Oh my God, you're the guy. What are you doing? This is the time traveler. We don't agree maybe on everything, but we can agree that if you take off your sunglasses, I think he's a time traveler. I see him often. He looks.
Trouble because I don't like your news program, but I think you're a really nice person. So
Thank you.
I'm totally conflicted here.
Well, I like to talk to people and get their opinion on things, and I don't care what you think. I have a lot of family members that probably agree with you more than they do with me, and I love them a lot. So you look like a time traveler, which is more important, I think.
That's very sweet of you, and I tell my friends that it's the most flattering compliment I've ever received.
Okay, cool. It is a compliment.
Yeah, no, I feel it 100%. And after you told it to me, one other person, random, either sent by you or just completely random, told me the same thing. And now I'm like floating about this high off the ground. So, yeah.
That's interesting. That see, I opened up the universe, but maybe you are a time traveler. But in this I guess in this time period here in 2025, you do not like President Trump and you don't believe he's honest or has wisdom, or at least that's prohibited. Why do you say that?
Yeah, so right now I don't think that it's a good idea to invest millions and millions and millions of dollars into putting soldiers in the city instead of making investments into infrastructure. If you want to reduce crime, invest in schools, invest in communities. Also, regarding the honesty, my commentary on honesty is most Americans right now believe that there is an effort to this isn't across political lines. Most Americans believe there is a concerted effort to hide and delay the releasing of the Epstein files. And this is problematic. This is problematic for progressives, moderates like myself, conservatives, and especially conservative Christians. I think everybody should be concerned that the people who claim to be in charge are not following the same rules and laws that they want the rest of us to follow.
I think 90% of the world wants to see the Epstein files. I think that's something that everybody agrees on.
Yes, and I think everyone agrees that Trump has some explaining to do, that his name is too closely affiliated with Jeffrey Epstein for him to make these files disappear.
Do you think Jeffrey Epstein is alive or dead?
I think he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah,
A lot of people
caught off
don't
guard.
think he's committed suicide. They think that they're hiding him out somewhere, that the video, there was 10-second lapse, it disappeared. So people think that maybe, some federal agency possibly escorted him out of prison. He's in hiding somewhere in an island. This is a theory people have. And who knows?
I think theories like this distract from other more likely theories, and that there's a lot of suspicion around his suicide. And I think that a lot of people are rightly concerned, especially because the cover up that has followed his death, the cover up of these files and the content in them, people try to say that that we're crazy for thinking that he was suicided. So I think to
Do you think somebody killed him and that was not himself?
I think that there's a decent possibility that happened, given the missing. It was not 10 seconds. It was one
Or
minute.
it was a minute.
1 minute.
I think so. It was at 12 midnight.
or maybe more.
Right.
And among other inconsistencies, why the guards were missing, the guards were absent from their post. He was supposed to be in the most secure facility, one of the most secure facilities in the United States, by my understanding. No. So, do I know for a fact that he was suicided? No, I don't. But I, like most Americans, again, am concerned and curious and want answers. And we do not trust this administration to give us those answers truthfully.
What do you think about the flag over there and up there being flown at half mast? That's for the shooting. I saw that again today. It's jarring to see that flag being at half mast for the shooting that happened in Minnesota.
Yeah, I think it's tragic, like most Americans, but I'm deeply frustrated that this is the beginning of the school year. Like, school just started last week. So to me, it signals that we're just getting ready for a long year of inaction and continued mass shootings in our schools.
Do you believe in gun control?
I believe I'm. I don't believe in gun control in the broad sense, but I do believe that our society would benefit from regulations on magazine sizes and a reevaluation of what assault weapons can and cannot be sold in our country. But I do believe that people have the right to bear arms.
Okay, great. And where are you from? Where's your accent from?
So I'm from Michigan, born and raised, Grand Rapids, but my accent has just gone through a loop. I don't know why.
You've been time traveling. It sounds.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing your opinion. We agree on a lot of things, and I appreciate everything.
Hey.
And I'll see you out again. I guess you'll be out.
So yeah, I'm doing a 90-day protest here in front of the White House, in front of this administration.
Are you here? Are you living in DC?
For the time being, yes, and then I'll get back to where I came from.
With an organization or just by yourself?
I am solo, and I am not paid by George Soros.
That was my next question. You're a mind reader too.
I get thank you. I get so frustrated by the fact that we condemn people for using their First Amendment rights in this country. That's a shame, and as Americans, we have a duty to reevaluate that.
Thank you so much. I'll see you later.
Don't forget to buy
My pillows, the softest ever. Hi, how are you? Where are you from?
I'm local. But
You're local. What are your thoughts on the flag flying at half mast? No, he doesn't have. He doesn't have a. He's not from Georgia. It was a Giorgio Armani shirt. Let's find more people.
Let's talk to you.
Hold on, let me find. Hi, how are you?
How are you doing?
Where are you visiting from?
From North Carolina.
North Carolina. I heard it was beautiful there. I was actually going to go for Labor Day, but then I heard there might be rain, so I didn't think it was worth
You
it.
should go anyway. It's
Really?
worth
What's the
it.
part
It
that's
is.
the best?
Well, we have the mountains and the beach, so we have both.
I know. What? So where would you go if you were a tourist? If I wanted to visit on a weekend, that where I could see the mountains, the beach, and maybe some farmland.
Okay, I would go to Asheville, North Carolina. Beautiful mountains. Of course, it just got hit with all the floods, but they're rebuilding, so they need visitors. I would also go to Cape Hatteras, out on the shore. That's really nice. So
North Carolina is going to be like the new Florida. Like everybody's moving there, buying property.
trust me, I was born and raised there, and it is getting crowded, but it's still beautiful, and everybody's wonderful. So you should come and visit.
And I'm sure they're more polite than they hear. People in DC don't make eye contact. I hope it's not like that there. Like you walk down the street and you try to say hi, and people are just like, they don't even look at each other. It's very depressing.
So North Carolina, it's hello, nice to meet you. Come to my house for dinner. So, and we have sweet tea. So
I can't wait. I'm going to visit. I'm going to visit.
Guys with.
We're with Lindell TV.
Okay,
Do you know Lindell TV? Do you know Mike Lindell? He sells the best pillows ever.
I do. Yes.
Well, we're with Lindell TV. He has a network and it's great. And we're new and we're really growing. We're at the White House every day asking the president questions. So it's a lot of fun. And today, not much is going on because of the Labor Day weekend. So we're out here talking to people, and the flag is at half mast because of the shooting in the Catholic school.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I just think it's devastating. I don't even know what the answer is. So we're just going to have to pray. That's my answer for everything.
Do
So
you think, in fairness, the argument going back and forth is always becomes political, is gun control or reevaluating mental, the medications that those young kids take, or maybe the medications to change genders could be a factor in people maybe deciding to get up one morning, take a gun to a school, and shoot into a church. What do you think the answer is?
I think Jesus. That's what the answer is. Jesus is the answer. It's a heart issue. There's so much mental health issues, but if they know the one, they will be good. So yeah, just prayer.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer. And what do you think so far of the way President Trump and how he's doing in his first year of his second term?
I think he hit the ground running. So I don't get really political because I just feel like there's no right or wrong answer for a lot of this stuff. And I try not to just make an argument. I just try to go and love people. That's what
Because you're from
I'm
maybe
trying to do.
maybe if you're from is that a North Carolina
It
thing?
is a North Carolina thing. I mean, we have some pretty hot and heavy, Democrats, Republicans, but I think, for the most part, we just all love, to be around each other. So
Definitely going to be checking out property down there and South Carolina. It's between the two.
Carolina's beautiful. Come to North Carolina.
Which one's better?
Beautiful. North Carolina, 100%.
Great. And I'm going to check out those places that you recommended. Thank you so much. And have a great Labor Day.
Have a very blessed day.
You
Thank
too. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
I have really genuinely been wanting to check out land in North Carolina and get the heck out of these crazy liberal cities. So I was going between North and South Carolina. So nice that I met her. I was actually going to drive. It's only about 6-7 hours for Labor Day weekend down to North Carolina, but unfortunately it is going to be raining there. So I figured I would go on a weekend when it's more sunny and I could really see the beaches and the mountains. Anybody that's from North or South Carolina, please message Lindell TV or me on X and let me know which one's better and what the best places to visit if you want to buy a farm, if you want to be around normal people that actually look you in the eye and say hi when you're in the elevator. Here in Washington, D.C., you could be in an elevator, you could be walking, you could literally be next to a person for 10 straight minutes waiting in line and they will completely not make eye contact with you. It's very weird. Even in New York, it's not like that. In New York, people always have something to say, but not here in D.C. It's like people almost remind me of robots, unless you go up to them like this. Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Where are you? See what I mean? Well, I don't think he's from D.C., but I'm just trying to make a point here.
Let's go talk to those people.
I guarantee if you go up to someone in South Carolina, they would be more than happy to talk to you, regardless of what news organization that you're from. Let's see. Hi, where are you from?
England.
England. No way. How's Keir Starmer doing?
Oh, he's fine at the moment, yeah.
Is he good? Do you think he's doing a good job?
Well, I think he is, but yeah.
What about the king?
I've always liked Charles. Always liked King.
Better than Elizabeth?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
She's the best.
You can't compare.
What does everybody think of Meghan Markle?
Oh, very 50-50, very split.
Has her reputation been improving?
I'm not sure because I haven't really been in England for a while, but you know, it's 50-50.
So basically, what happens is the king has no political power whatsoever.
No, he's more of like the head of state, you know, just as, you know, ceremony and tourism.
Ceremony and tourism. And Keir Starmer leans more towards like the people call him a socialist. Is that true?
I was definitely more than the Conservatives.
Oh wait, Keir Starmer is more conservative.
No, he's less than the Conservatives because he's been Labour.
So what would you say I know that the king isn't supposed to be political, but is he political? Like, does he lean right or left or?
Really? No. They're always impartial.
But they have to have opinions. It must be interesting.
Yeah, but we don't. We won't share them.
No. Right. Do you wish that Princess Diana was there and not Camilla?
Definitely. Yeah,
She was the best.
she was. She was lovely. Really nice.
President Trump is visiting with the king in a few weeks. Will you be excited to have him and welcome him into England?
Yeah, I'd like to go and see him now.
Yeah.
I would. I'd like to.
He's at the White House. He's here. He's not doing any public events today, but he's been pretty much out there. So I know he's a big fan of the king.
Yeah, I'd like to meet him. Yeah,
Does he have a good reputation there?
not particularly.
But you would like to meet him.
I would. Yeah.
God bless you and have a wonderful trip here in the U.S. Thank you. Nice British people. I like their accents. I really liked going to England, and I'll tell you why. Because everybody speaks English, and it's easier to talk to people. When I went to Italy and to France in that same trip, I had a hard time talking to people. No, he doesn't speak English. Let's see. We could talk to him. Well, he's talking to someone now. We'll go back. This man is out here all the time now. From what I understand, China persecutes, according to, and I have to do more research, these activists, the Uyghur population, and those are Chinese Muslims, believe it or not. So this is a thing now, and I didn't really know much about it. Somebody recently was talking to me about this Chinese ongoing Uyghur genocide. So these are Muslims that live in China. From what I understand, and again, I'm not an expert on China. I've only been to Hong Kong and Macau. I'm half Chinese, but I know that the CCP is pretty bad when it comes to persecuting people. Like I said, I don't know if it's gotten better or worse. We will talk to this man when he's done talking to this other guy. And in the meantime, we'll take a walk. There's a beautiful saxophone player playing in the distance. Hey, where are you from?
Oh, we're from Atlanta.
Atlanta, how is it down there?
It's good.
I've
Yeah.
never been. Is it beautiful?
It is. Yeah.
And are you jogging?
Oh, yeah. We're just walking around.
All right, have fun. I guess people from Atlanta, Georgia aren't that friendly. What? This guy on the bike. Hi, where are you from?
Ireland,
What part of Ireland?
Dublin.
Dublin. And how do you feel about the United States right now? What is the consensus in Ireland?
It's great. We're great friends with America, and it's been a special relationship since the state was founded.
Great. And how long are you visiting?
A week. I'm leaving today.
Did you get a chance to see President Trump at all?
No.
What's your thoughts on Trump? Does he have a good reputation in Ireland?
Mixed. The same as in America, you know.
But it seems like a lot of countries are paying attention to President Trump more so than, I guess, presidents in other countries. Am I right to say that that's accurate?
I guess. I mean, America is such a large power. It makes sense.
Do you think the White House, what do you think of the White House when you see it? Does it look like what you've seen on TV?
Yeah. It's resplendent. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on do you know why the flag is at half-mast?
Was it the shooting in Minnesota? Yeah.
So you guys what is the situation in Ireland? Are people allowed to carry guns?
No.
No. So what are your thoughts on that fact that the United States has the Second Amendment, which means we can have the option to carry guns if we so desire? Obviously not to shoot children, though, but we can carry guns to protect ourselves against the government.
Yeah, it's an alien concept to us. We don't have a strong gun culture, but I know it's been in America as long as the country was founded, so
From an outside perspective, if you could give me an honest assessment, there's a big argument going on right now in the United States. The shooter was transgender and allegedly taking medications that might have altered his mood. Do you think that that was the problem or the guns are the problem? What do you think needs to be looked at more?
I don't know. I don't know enough about it to comment. So yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing. I'll see you later. Yes, I do have access to the White House. Where are you from?
China.
China.
But I can't speak more English.
Oh, what part of China? Mandarin?
Mandarin.
I don't speak Mandarin, sorry. But yes, I'm inside the White House. She's writing on Google Translate, which you guys should use. It's very, very, very useful. Google Translate. She's writing in Chinese, it translates to English, and she's asking me questions. I'll tell you what she asked me right now. She's saying, can you give the president? Yes, I can give the president a message. What is it? She's asking me to give President Trump a message in Chinese. I hope it's a good message. Sure. You want to see him.
Okay.
Okay, but who are you? What's the message?
A message.
So she wants to see President Trump, but I want to know what her message is. Obviously, I don't have pull like that. I can't just escort her
This
into.
is my passport.
Oh, so this is who she is, and you want to see, is President Trump good? You like President Trump?
Yeah. Can you help me?
Meet President Trump?
Yeah.
Okay,
This is
I don't know how to speak Chinese to tell you that. I don't think that that's possible. But can you go back to Google Translate? I'm gonna just tell her that I don't. Google Translate. Google Translate.
here.
No. Google Translate. So I can write. Hold on.
Here
Translate.
is
Google
English.
Translate.
Su Pingpang. Su Pingpang Chinese.
Su Pingfang.
Yeah.
Okay.
China.
Okay.
Chinese. Chinese.
I'll tell him that Su Pingfang said he's good.
1983.
Okay.
May 4.
Okay, Su Ping.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell him. I'll tell President Trump. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What your number?
Oh, jeez.
Can you?
Okay. That's my number. Okay, Su Ping.
Oh, okay.
Okay, bye. So I just gave her my real number, but whatever. Obviously, I cannot walk her into the White House. We don't know who she is. It's 1:23 right now, so Su Ping Cheng wanted me to walk her into the White House. I asked her for Google Translate so I could tell her that's probably not possible for me to do that. If I had the pull to walk somebody into the White House, I can go in the White House, but I mean to speak to President Trump, I would probably walk myself in there and tell him some information that I find to be very important that he needs to know. Two things. Cancel the wind turbine farm in Long Island. Get rid of that forever. He might not be aware that Kathy Hochul lied and there's tremendous wind turbines being built offshore on Long Island. That's the first message I would personally tell the president, not as a reporter, but as a human being. And secondly, I would tell him again, because the story still isn't out, about Roseanne Boyland, who was killed by a Metro police officer allegedly on January 6th. So those are the two things. If I could just walk into, I'm assuming President Trump is in the White House, sometimes relaxing, maybe having dinner, watching TV, doing things that normal people do. If I could just walk in and say, hey, President Trump, I would like to have a word with you. Those are probably the things I would talk to him about as a non-reporter, more as just a person, things I think that are important, that are brought to the president's attention. We're heading back over there to the White House, and we'll try to catch some more people as we walk in. But again, always a beautiful day in Washington, D.C., at least right now in the fall time when it's not too hot, it's not too cold. We feel the weather changing. It's scary. You can't escape winter here in Washington, D.C., which is pretty freezing cold and horrific. I'm not going to lie. The good thing about being in New York in the winter is it's magical with all the Christmas stuff going on. New York City is always magic. I don't find DC to be magic, really. It's pretty for tourists to come for a week and check out all the monuments, but it doesn't have the same charm, in my opinion, as New York. Thank God President Trump is in office because obviously he brought a lot of good people here and a lot of excitement to Washington, DC. So it's the best it will ever be, in my opinion. But but it doesn't have the magic of the city of New York, but it's still pretty good. The best I think it could ever be, considering the fact that, what they say is likely true, that this city is actually built on a very interesting pentagram. If you guys want to Google that DC is actually built architecturally on not what a lot of people say demonic architecture. We'll talk more about that next time on DC Live, but I will see you soon. I know that Allison Steinberg is coming on next. She's in front of the courthouse. A lot of interesting things going on there. So I will see you at 2 p.m. on Chrissy's show. And in the meantime, check out Allison Steinberg, and I will see you later.
Welcome to Vocal, the free speech social app that gives you a platform to amplify your voice. Speak freely, connect boldly, and be part of a growing movement for truth, faith, and freedom. Want to know what's happening right now? The Now Playing feature shows you exactly who's live and what's streaming in real time. Check out the show's feed, a non-stop lineup including Lindell TV News 24/7, shows and on-demand programming all in one place. Connect with your favorite host and never miss a show. Explore the featured page for quick access to Lindell TV's top shows. Follow your favorites and watch their newest content flow right into your feed. And when they go live on Vocal, you can join the live chat and be part of the action. Ask questions, share your thoughts, even help shape future shows. Stay informed on issues around securing our elections by following your state's Cause of America account. Join a group and connect on a deeper level, from faith and freedom to the future of our nation. Go to vocal.com or download the app today and be a part of the mission to save our country.
Whether it's being a weekend warrior or spending time with your family, feeling your best is the key to doing the things you love. That's why I'm excited to tell you about Nirvanta. It's a natural solution designed to help you stay active and live well naturally. It's perfect for your hands, feet, knees, back, or anywhere else that needs a little extra care. Simply massage Nirvanta in for at least 60 seconds, 2 to 3 times a day to get the best results. And if you're not completely satisfied, you get your money back. No questions asked. There's simply no risk and no reason not to try Nirvanta today. Right now, you get 15% off with code Lindell exclusively at nirvantahealth.com. So stop reaching out for that medicine cabinet and experience the difference. Go to nirvantahealth.com. Use code Lindell to get 15% off today. Nirvanta Health. Live well naturally. With everybody talking about making America healthy again, I thought today'd be a great day to talk to all my fellow patriots about the importance of making your homes healthy again. Well, we have proudly partnered with airwaterhealing.com and their revolutionary whole home air purification system. The V3 from Air Water Healing does 3,000 square feet of purification. It eliminates dust, mold, viruses, and odors. But here's the part I love. They require no filters to ever be changed and virtually no maintenance. Whether you suffer from asthma, allergies, seasonal bronchitis, or just want to protect your family from the flu or even greater threats, don't wait to get your V3 from airwaterhealing.com today. Use code Lindell for 20% off in savings and free shipping. That's promo code Lindell at airwaterhealing.com. Have you ever wondered what happened to the legendary Chuck Norris? Well, I recently saw a video he made and I was shocked. That guy's amazing and he's staying active well into his 80s. What's even more shocking is he's stronger, can work out longer, and even has plenty of energy left over for his grandkids. He did this by just making one change. He says he still feels like he's in his 50s. His wife even started doing this one thing too, and she's never felt better. She says she feels 10 years younger, her body looks leaner, and she has energy all day. Chuck made a very special video that explains everything. Make sure you watch it by going to chuckdefense.com/Lindell. It will change the way you think about your health. Once again, that's chuckdefense.com/Lindell. You won't believe how simple it is. If you want to drop extra pounds, boost energy levels, and reduce swelling in your legs and feet, then this message is for you. Pure Health Research is on a mission to make America healthy again. And 2 of their best-selling health supplements are leading the way. First is Liver Health Formula. Over 100 million Americans have a sluggish liver that's riddled with fatty deposits. This can kill your metabolism, pile on the pounds, and make you feel tired. Liver Health Formula takes care of that. It supports thriving liver health with special nutrients like artichoke extract and milk thistle. This is one of the easiest ways to slim down and revitalize your energy levels. Next is lymph system support. If you struggle with fluid buildup or swelling in your legs, ankles, and feet, this is for you. The natural ingredients in lymph system support help gently flush away extra fluid and toxins out of your body. And right now, for a limited time, you can get 35% off Liver Health Formula and Lymph System Support, along with 50 plus other health supplements that Pure Health Research has to offer. So head over to purehealthresearch.com and use promo code Lindell at checkout. That's purehealthresearch.com, promo code Lindell to save 35% on your order today. Let's face it, you can't trust Big Pharma. They've already tried to block ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, and raise prices on everything from antibiotics to your daily meds. Well, there's good news. All Family Pharmacy is standing up for medical freedom and helping people get the treatments they actually want. My family and I use them all the time. They made it easy and affordable without the runaround. While other pharmacies are jacking up prices, they've actually dropped theirs. Ivermectin now starts at just $2 a capsule. Use my promo code Lindell10, you get an extra 10% off of that. You need ivermectin, antibiotics, or methylene blue, you name it, they've got it. They make it simple. You fill out a short online form, a licensed doctor reviews it, and your meds ship fast right to your front door. If you want to be prepared and have your medications on hand, this is your new pharmacy. Visit allfamilypharmacy.com/Lindell. Promo code Lindell10 saves you even more. That's allfamilypharmacy.com/Lindell. Promo code Lindell10.
Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in to DC Live. You're watching Lindell TV, and my name is Allison Steinberg. We are live here out front of the courthouse, the E. Barrett Pettyman United States Courthouse. As you may have heard, Lisa Cook was here earlier this morning. She had a court date set today, an emergency court date set. As you may have heard, President Trump fired her from her job at the Federal Reserve. She was one of the Federal Reserve governors. She was on the governance board there. She was fired Monday over mortgage fraud allegations. So she has been let go as a result of that. Now, in turn, this emergency hearing was held this morning, and that was basically done in an effort for Lisa Cook to be issued an emergency temporary restraining order to ultimately block President Trump from his order firing her so that she could be reinstated while the remainder of this lawsuit plays out. As we know, these things typically tend to take quite some time to get to the final decision here. The emergency hearing today, again, was so a temporary restraining order could be enacted. So we will see what happens there. President Trump said earlier in this week that he fired Cook again from his administration, alleging that she engaged in mortgage fraud, which is what is being investigated and looked into. So President Trump cited authority under Article 2 of the Constitution of the United States and the Federal Reserve Act of 1913 to fire her. I guess there is some controversy over this issue because liberals mainly are saying that it's unconstitutional for President Trump to let her go under these circumstances. But President Trump, as I said, stated that he was citing authority under Article 2 of the Constitution and the Federal Reserve Act of 1913 to fire her and make this decision. So with that being said, I would think that that is within the president's rights if he believes this is the decision that needs to be made. Now, just to give you some background on Lisa Cook, so you have a better idea of who we're dealing with here. Lisa Cook is the first Black Federal Reserve governor in history. She is widely regarded as one of the few prominent Black female economists and also has attracted attention within academia for her efforts in mentoring Black women and advocating for their inclusion in the field, specifically of economics. Prior to joining the Fed, Lisa Cook taught at Michigan State University and Harvard as well. She also, not surprisingly, served in the Obama administration as a senior economist on the Council of Economic Advisors. And then back in 2022, in January of 2022, Joe Biden actually nominated Cook to serve as this governor on the Federal Reserve Board. So that's interesting because she was confirmed by the Senate on May 10th after a 50-50 vote. So it was a split vote. And guess who the tiebreaker was? Good old Kamala Harris. So that gives you some insight as to who Lisa Cook is and what we're dealing with here. Digging a little bit more into her history and why President Trump felt inclined to fire her is because, according to housing regulator Bill Pulte's criminal referral, Lisa Cook committed mortgage fraud by lying on her mortgage application and falsifying bank statements when she designated her out-of-state Atlanta condo as her primary residence. This was just 2 weeks, mind you, after she took out a loan on her Michigan home, which she also claimed as her primary residence. So definitely something fishy going on there with Lisa Cook. I don't think, things are adding up here. If someone like you or me did something like this, I think we would certainly be looked into. So I think it's only right that Lisa Cook is fully investigated. And just because she serves as, governor on this Federal Reserve Board doesn't mean she gets a free pass. Those days are over now that President Trump is in office. So I'm glad to see action being taken here. I think this is a critical time for President Trump to really move quickly and root out all of the corruption that is entangled within this DC swamp. There are so many stories and instances like this of, people in positions of power, government officials using their jobs and their opportunity, their jobs, namely as leverage to commit fraud. And it's got to stop. I mean, now is the time to root these people out and get them out, investigate them to the fullest extent of the law, and replace them with people that are actually fit to serve, because criminals have no place in government, and they should not be allowed to enrich themselves like we see happen so frequently. So that is interesting. Another really interesting point that I noticed in my research was that Roger Stone is pointing out that there's a very interesting connection here in this trial. Lisa Cook, who we just discussed, the Federal Reserve Board member, has been assigned to, her lawsuit has been assigned to federal judge, who his name is Gia Cobb. So the federal judge assigned to this case, Gia Cobb, allegedly was sorority sisters with Lisa Cook. Does that seem like a conflict of interest to you? Because it certainly does to me. Now, again, Roger Stone is the one reporting on this, and he knows his stuff. I mean, he's done some extensive digging on this. He said, wait, the U.S. District Court that fired Federal Reserve Board member Lisa Cook's lawsuit was referred to Judge Gia Cobb, who is Cook's sorority sister in Delta Sigma Theta sorority. Cobb must be recused. So again, the corruption runs so incredibly deep. These swamp creatures are just entangled throughout every facet of our government here, and they've got to be stopped. We got to get to the bottom of this and expose it for what it is. So we will see. We'll see what happens there. While we're talking about this, I also wanted to point out that Jerome Too Late Powell, who we know has been given that wonderful name by our great president, President Trump, the chair of the board, currently Jerome Powell, so Jerome Powell is the chair of the board, is appointed by President Trump for a 4-year term, and can be reappointed as many times as the president wishes during a 14-year term as federal governor. So this position is appointed by the president. We also know Jerome Powell is under quite a bit of scrutiny right now regarding the interest rates. President Trump is not happy with him, and it looks like he may be making a move to oust him, though that's very controversial as well. We're not sure what is going on with that, but I know President Trump has a long list of picks that he said that he has lined up a number of great candidates that he think would be a solid replacement for Jerome Powell. So we'll see what happens on that front. But as far as the president firing Lisa Cook, there's a lot of conversation around that as well. Usually a cause would relate to misconduct and inability to function in a current role. So that is typically the cause that is granted or would allow for a firing as far as Lisa Cook's position is concerned. So this firing is really testing the bounds of presidential power over the mostly independent Federal Reserve. I guess there's lots of conflicting views on whether or not this is within Trump's power to enact this move that he has made to oust her from her position. So there's a lot of moving parts here. You know, all of this makes me question, why should we even have the Fed, really? I mean, I think, what if Congress placed the power of monetary policy back under the Department of Treasury, where it was previously held? That would make a lot more sense. The Federal Reserve in and of itself seems to be riddled with corruption and has really been working against the people for years. As we know, Ron Paul has drawn great attention to this over the years for quite some time, and I tend to agree with him. We just need to end the Fed entirely. So that would be the best outcome in all of this, if you ask me. Will we ever see the end of the Fed? I don't know. Probably not. I'm sure it is a long shot, though. I know much of Trump's MAGA base would love to see this happen. So we'll see. We'll keep you updated with everything surrounding this case and give you all the details as they continue to unravel. Things have pretty much wrapped up here for the day. Everyone left earlier around 12 p.m. I did also want to mention one of our very own hosts at Lindell TV pointed out, Vanessa Broussard, host of The Spin Room, she pointed out, I'm trying to find her message here because she let us know in our group chat what was going on with the call-in line. So typically there is a call-in line that you can call to see what's going on with the hearing. Vanessa tried to call in a number of times and was hung up on. They weren't letting anyone into the line to hear the updates on the case. So that was another interesting point that I wanted to mention, because Vanessa, our very own Vanessa Broussard, did attempt to call in, and she said she was hung up on multiple times. Every attempt she made to get in to that line, she was hung up on. So I don't know, maybe there's something going on behind the scenes they do not want us to know about. Maybe there is some, fishy action taking place. I'm sure there is, given the fact that all of these people seem to be tied to immense corruption and they all are in the same club together. So again, hopefully we can shed light on this and dismantle the swamp creatures that have taken hold of our government and get some truth eventually when we get to the bottom of the result of this hearing. So with that being said, we are going to go to a quick commercial break, and then we will be right back with more in DC Live right here on Lindell TV. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for more.
Welcome to Vocal, the free speech social app that gives you a platform to amplify your voice. Speak freely, connect boldly, and be part of a growing movement for truth, faith, and freedom. Want to know what's happening right now? The Now Playing feature shows you exactly who's live and what's streaming in real time. Check out the show's feed, a non-stop lineup including Lindell TV News 24/7, shows and on-demand programming all in one place. Connect with your favorite host and never miss a show. Explore the featured page for quick access to Lindell TV's top shows. Follow your favorites and watch their newest content flow right into your feed. And when they go live on Vocal, you can join the live chat and be part of the action. Ask questions, share your thoughts, even help shape future shows. Stay informed on issues around securing our elections by following your state's Cause of America account. Join a group and connect on a deeper level, from faith and freedom to the future of our nation. Go to vocal.com or download the app today and be a part of the mission to save our country.
Let's face it, you can't trust Big Pharma. They've already tried to block ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, and raise prices on everything from antibiotics to your daily meds. Well, there's good news. All Family Pharmacy is standing up for medical freedom and helping people get the treatments they actually want. My family and I use them all the time. They made it easy and affordable without the runaround. While other pharmacies are jacking up prices, they've actually dropped theirs. Ivermectin now starts at just $2 a capsule. Use my promo code Lindell10, you get an extra 10% off of that. You need ivermectin, antibiotics, or methylene blue, you name it, they've got it. They make it simple. You fill out a short online form, a licensed doctor reviews it, and your meds ship fast right to your front door. If you want to be prepared and have your medications on hand, this is your new pharmacy. Visit allfamilypharmacy.com/Lindell. Promo code Lindell10 saves you even more. That's allfamilypharmacy.com/Lindell. Promo code Lindell10. If you want to drop extra pounds, boost energy levels, and reduce swelling in your legs and feet, then this message is for you. Pure Health Research is on a mission to make America healthy again, and two of their best-selling health supplements are leading the way. First is Liver Health Formula. Over 100 million Americans have a sluggish liver that's riddled with fatty deposits. This can kill your metabolism, pile on the pounds, and make you feel tired. Liver Health Formula takes care of that. It supports thriving liver health with special nutrients like artichoke extract and milk thistle. This is one of the easiest ways to slim down and revitalize your energy levels. Next is lymph system support. If you struggle with fluid buildup or swelling in your legs, ankles, and feet, this is for you. The natural ingredients in lymph system support help gently flush away extra fluid and toxins out of your body. And right now, for a limited time, you can get 35% off Liver Health Formula and Lymph System Support, along with 50 plus other health supplements that Pure Health Research has to offer. So head over to purehealthresearch.com and use promo code Lindell at checkout. That's purehealthresearch.com, promo code Lindell to save 35% on your order today.
Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for sticking with us right here on Lindell TV. My name is Allison Steinberg, and you are watching DC Live. We are live here out in front of the courthouse where Lisa Cook had a hearing this morning. She's trying to get a temporary restraining order to temporarily reenact her into her position while the hearing plays out. She's currently being investigated for mortgage fraud. President Trump just fired her this Monday, and this is a great step in the right direction, if you ask me. These corrupt politicians and DC swamp creatures are being exposed for exactly what they are, and she's going to be fully looked into, which is wonderful, and I hope she is fired permanently along with all the other corrupt members of this Federal Reserve Governance Board. They all need to go, if you ask me. But with that being said, things have sort of wrapped up here for the day. They've already wound down. Things ended around roughly 12 p.m. Eastern here at the courthouse, but we did want to bring you a live update, and we will have a nice little video wrapped up everything all into one for you later today, so stay tuned for that. That'll be posted right here on LindellTV.com, as well as my X account, Allison in the Know. You can find me on X and Instagram at Allison in the Know. But for now, moving on to another big issue, of course, we reported on the tragic, horrific shooting that took place earlier in this week. Transgender male by the name of Robert Westman went into a Catholic mass and shot up a bunch of children that were there on their first day of school. It's a devastating story, and it breaks my heart to even think about it. We did cover this when the news broke earlier in the week, and there's a lot going on now as a result of this. There's many conversations that are being had. One thing that it comes to mind regarding this is the mother of the gunman appears to have fled. She's not cooperating with the police and actually retained a criminal defense attorney. So what does that tell you? But I think it's very interesting. Mary Grace Westman, the mother of the Minneapolis killer, is now just totally MIA. She's fled. So that's very suspicious there. We'll continue to keep tabs on that. I know, too, another interesting point is that Robert Westman's father has some interesting ties to intelligence agencies, CIA connections and whatnot. So very suspicious activity happening surrounding this shooting. But all that to say, this did not need to happen. I think this really boils down to a conversation of severe mental illness, which we know is unfortunately running rampant in this country, largely due to the Democrats who egg this behavior on. They encourage this behavior. They push it. They normalize it. And now it's resulted in a number of people. I don't know the exact number, but obviously we have this issue with these trans people who think that they, are free to do horrific things like shoot up a school. We've seen a massive response online from the transgender community trying to justify what this sick, horrific man did to these poor children. Many transgender accounts on X and Reddit saying death before detransition, applauding the killer for shooting Christian children. I mean, it is so sick and so demented. And I think what this boils down to is, again, a serious mental health crisis in this country, which is also, partially due to the drugs, the cocktails of drugs that these people are prescribed. We know that many of them are on the puberty blockers, which cause a wide array of side effects, in conjunction with these SSRIs, otherwise known as antidepressants, which have very serious side effects of suicidal tendencies and homicidal tendencies. And that is exactly what we've seen play out with this now second major transgender shooting in the last couple of years. It's devastating. It doesn't need to happen. And I think these people really need to get serious help instead of being told that chopping off body parts and taking cross-sex hormones is the solution to their problems. I think they need to get serious help and, probably honestly find Jesus, because that the Lord is the cure for all illness, really. I mean, these people obviously hate Jesus and they're so mentally disturbed, people that would actually cheer on the death of children and be happy that Christians are dead now. I mean, what does that tell you? These people perhaps maybe demon possessed. I don't know, but this is very disturbing. And I think one of the most upsetting parts of it all is that when you try to tell the story for what it is, you try to call out the liberal hypocrisy, you try to demand accountability for these Democrats that have really pushed and normalized this lifestyle, then apparently you get censored. And I know this firsthand because this happened to me earlier in the week when we reported on the story initially here on Lindell TV. I made a nice little video breaking down exactly what happened in this shooting, who was involved, and really looked to the leadership in Minneapolis as to why this happened. I mean, you have to speculate, because when you have a lieutenant governor like Peggy Flanagan wearing a shirt that says protect trans kids, you have the mayor of Minneapolis saying that this is a sanctuary city for illegal aliens and trans kids. And then, of course, you have Governor Tim Walz saying that they will protect trans kids at all costs. I mean, this is what we're dealing with here, and you have to wonder, is this why this horrific incident took place? Well, again, I tried to point this out in my video that I posted to both X and Instagram. X, allegedly a free speech platform, but my reach was severely limited. I had people reaching out to me telling me that, they couldn't even comment or repost my video. I don't know why, because I thought we could do that on X, but apparently not. And then over on Instagram, they just deleted the video entirely. They tried to tell me that I was, going after a minority group, and that basically I was in the wrong for exposing the truth of what happened. So they just removed my video entirely. So very strange. We still obviously have a huge censorship issue. But with that being said, I did want to play. Oh, we're almost out of time, I guess. We don't have time to play my video. But if you want to see it, you can go to X, Allison in the Know on X and Instagram. You won't be able to find the video there on the shooting on Instagram because, again, it's been removed. But what I do encourage you all to do is go to vocal.com. That is Lindell TV's very own free speech platform. Mike Lindell created this just for us real, true, freedom-fighting patriots who love and appreciate free speech, because we know we can't get that anywhere else, not even on X, which is supposedly a free speech platform. You still get censored on X. So everyone, please go check out Vocal. That's VOCL. You can go to vocal.com or check out Vocal in the App Store. You can find me there at Allison in the Know. Same name everywhere. Also, please, guys, if you're watching, we would love to hear from you. Report any breaking news on our news tip line. That is an email that needs to be sent to news@lindelltv.com. If you have any hints, any tips, any breaking news you want to share with us, reach out, email us at news@lindelltv.com. And finally, please be sure to visit mypillow.com for the best sleep of your life. You guys, I regret to inform you, I hadn't slept on a MyPillow until I started working for Mike Lindell. And let me tell you, I am so happy that I get to work here and share the real truth with you guys, and also sleep on the best pillows of all time. They seriously are amazing, and they will change your life. You need one. If you don't have one, go to mypillow.com. Use promo code DC for even lower prices. You guys don't want to miss out. Please support us there. We appreciate you all so much. Thank you for your viewership. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting us here. I hope you all have a wonderful and a very blessed Labor Day weekend. With that, that does it for this hour of DC Live. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Allison Steinberg. Stay tuned to Lindell TV for so much more. We'll see you ahead later.